Well, howdy, traders. Happy to be back. Sorry I've been out for the last few days. Unfortunately, we had a hurricane come through the greater Houston area, completely knocked out my power, and finally got it restored. Unfortunately, I didn't get the trade today, but I was able to get the charts up and take a look at the action. And quite the action we had. Am I right? So let's go ahead and jump through this and see kind of what happened. First of all, we had um, we had Powell speak, and like I've said in several other videos, when he speaks, it tends to price action tends to jump in about 50 points in a direction, and we got 48.95, which is pretty close. So if we take a look at the action today, we can see that we are in an upward trend. Obviously, we have been absolutely on a tear the last few days. We are above the value zones. We've got all green time filters. We've got just all bullish action happening. And until he starts speaking, we just had a little bit of consolidation here. All right. So if we look at the gamma bots here at around 10 a.m., which is 9 a.m. Central, right about when he's starting to speak, we get this little consolidation down, and she's off to the races. But unfortunately, the initial major negative gamma exposure line was way down here, and maybe folks may have thought this would come here. Not even close. So, pretty much a tough trade to bounce off of this in any kind of zone. Really, what you're just looking for is the major buying activity. And if we were watching the gamma exposure bot, it got incredibly heavy coming into the 11 a.m. Central Time, which is right around here. And we could tell it was definitely going to hit 5,600. And through that, let's just kind of watch the action here on the right or on the left. Sorry, on the left. So we can tell it's at 5,600, and we're looking at the flows here. Net gamma exposure is at nearly 20. Not bad, but let's kick it up to about 11. All right, we're starting to see 5,600 come through. And then, wow, it jumps to 60. 60 at what is 10:34 Central Time, right here. It's at nearly 60. So this is virtually, I'm not going to say guaranteed, but it is a really strong, those are strong flows. At that point in time is very heavy call buying. And as you can see, it's just absolutely dominating here. You can see it's just crazy. So yeah, if you're seeing this, you really want to find anything that's on a lower time frame where you can just enter maybe on a 2 minute and try to catch some points here. Obviously, you got a little bit of a consolidation at about 55.96, and then could have played that power through. But let's just see how much further this gamma exposure started to get going into midday. All right, let's go into noon. Noon at 8:81 is really heavy. That is big. So if you're seeing this in real time, just know that they are buying very heavily, and that you need to try to find a way to get in, right? And through greenhammertrading.com, we do have executions for these type of things, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of how to bias one way or the other. And in this instance, there's no way you should be looking to go short. Just trying to say that, all right? You should be looking to go long, and whatever your entry criteria, you should just go ahead and take it, especially when you're seeing these numbers and all the confluence that's going on. So we've got 81, and this is just at noon at 11 Central Time. I mean, look at this. It's going straight up. So let's just keep it going. Let's see what it's at, 2 o'clock. 240 billion in net gamma exposure. I mean, this is absolute domination. It doesn't get much better than this, and that would be 1 o'clock Central. So that's right around here. So another good little spot, and we're seeing that the major positives 56.20, and which so you're at 56.14. You see it at 56.20. They're just laddering. So every 5 points, that's what you're seeing. And then let's see what it was at the end. All the way up to 56.35 and 56.30. Yeah. So, oh man, it just absolutely crushed all the way through. Unbelievable action. We do have CPI coming out tomorrow. This could be a lot of front running. It could be a lot of buy the rumor, sell the news, so to speak, or it could just keep on going. I mean, everything is so darn bullish. I mean, you just gotta kind of go with it, right? Until, yeah, I mean, what do they say? The trend is your friend until it ends, and it has not ended. All right, everything has been incredibly bullish. So keep an eye on that. We've got semiconductors that are obviously leading the way. We've got some industries like KRE. The regional banking actually went up pretty nicely today as well. We called this out last week that this could potentially be a sector that runs, and it is. And this is regional banking, so that's doing really well. We had AMD, which we also called out last week, and it has been on a tear with the semiconductors. Really nice action. Let's look at the last few days. Yeah, so we saw it last Friday. We talked about this a little bit, just a little bit more continuation coming through. So nothing, had a nice little spot here where we could have bounced through the value zone, and once we come out of it, that's a buy. So yeah, that's really on our Valkyrie easy mode where you would spot these. So that's pretty sweet. So if you'd want to check that out on greenhammertrading.com, go right ahead. And let's see what else. Oh, the last thing I really wanted to look at, just out of curiosity, right, is why don't we take a look at, the impacts of weather, such as a category 1 hurricane on a major metropolitan area like the greater Houston area. So why not Generac, right? This is always kind of an interesting stock for me because, uh, you know, every year it's something, and you like to see how this thing is starting to perform. And this is the daily, and right now we've got it's above its valuation zone. It's above on its trend filters. It's all green right here, right? We just had a pretty nasty disaster. What do you think people are going to do after this? It's still the beginning of the summer. You've got to think maybe they're going to start buying more generators because, without power in Houston, with it being 100 degrees, pretty tough to get along. And yeah, it's not easy, and people are going to want their power. So, between Generac and other means of procuring power, this is just one way. And yeah, and you've seen a little bit of the alternatives go up as well. You've got uranium, you've got some of the solar panels going up. Very interesting. So a lot of energy stuff that's on the board. But I thought this was very interesting. So let's just drop down on it just a little bit and see what the strength is on this guy, this Generac. So as you can see on our swing or lower time frame swing chart, we've definitely got bullish right around Tuesday of last week. I think this is when the hurricane was being spotted and talked about. And yeah, it started going into a positive moving direction, and it started to clear its previous period value zones. That's what you want to see, because if you see it when it's coming down, it's not staying above its value zones and the trend is down. You want to see them flip and be on the same page. And in this case, it is. And you've got a lot of kind of short action here, which it could try to clear. So it's something I'm going to keep an eye on. Might be fun to trade it a little bit, at least for me, just to kind of get back at this hurricane here. All right, make a little money out of this after losing a few days. So, anyways, I hope you guys have had a great trading week. I'll try to catch up a little bit more this week, and maybe this Sunday try to catch up since I missed last Sunday. But hope you guys had a great week so far, and I will talk to you in the next video.